Express employment professionals. With Express, you'll have local connection to the job market. Get started at expresspros.com to find a location near you. That's www.expresspros.com.
We are Sports.
Hey, it's Jonas Knox, and if you're thinking about upgrading your business computers to Lenovo, go straight to the source, Lenovo.com. Why? Because it's your last chance to get their biggest holiday deals on great gear like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. The best price on a Lenovo is at Lenovo.com, with PCs up to 35% off. So go directly to the source and save big this holiday season, Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
There's reports of an accident on I-35 northbound at Palmer Lane, causing some minor brake taps that start from Berrywood Drive. A 10-minute add to your commute due to stop-and-go traffic on I-35 northbound between Onion Creek Parkway over to William Cannon. But no delays on Mopac southbound this morning, making that transition from 183 over to 45th. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Airtasker.
The busiest time of the year? It's here. Between parties, shopping, and decorating, who has time? With Airtasker, you can get anything done. Cleaning, wrapping, even someone to build a gingerbread house that doesn't collapse. Download the Airtasker app or go to airtasker.com. Airtasker, get anything done.
Get into the spirit with Vizio's MyHub, a new, simpler way to find everything you love on Vizio TV this holiday season. MyHub is your destination to discover new movies and shows tailored to you. Find exclusive deals and discounts and keep your favorites organized in one convenient place. Plus, Vizio TVs have all your favorite apps built in, like iHeartRadio, so you can stream that festive music playlist. MyHub makes it simpler to find what you want when you want it. Visit Vizio.com/iHeart and experience entertainment made easy today.
This is what they call the hard sell. Sunday Yard Care Black Friday sale. Limited time. Act now.
Yelling about grass feels strange. Let's try that again. Sunday Yard plans give you a thick, healthy yard without pesticides or weekend projects. We analyze your soil and climate, send a simple plan, and you spray it on. No drama.
But wait, there's more.
No, there isn't. For Black Friday, your Sunday plan is 30% off. Lock in your spring subscription today. Sunday, smarter lawn care for less. GetSunday.com.
The only thing between you and your best self is the start button. This Cyber Monday, explore the world with Nordic Track. From the peaks of Peru to the streets of Paris, every workout moves you somewhere new with iFit trainers leading the way. The equipment's amazing, smooth, quiet, and those screens make it all feel real. Ready to start your next workout adventure with the #1 treadmill brand in the U.S.? Shop NordicTrack.com for Cyber Monday savings. Nordic Track. Train anywhere, explore everywhere. The world's best male ski racers are racing in the United States in December. The Stiefel Birds of Prey hits Beaver Creek, Colorado, December 4th through 7th. Watch Olympic champions, World Cup winners, and your favorite Stiefel U.S. ski team athletes tackle one of the toughest courses on the planet. Racing for glory and the chance to secure their place in the 2026 Olympics. Don't miss the NBC and CNBC coverage, December 7th and 8th.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
Your one-stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with little tips for a healthier planet. A staggering 8 million tons of plastic ends up in the world's oceans every year. If current trends continue, our oceans could contain more plastic than fish by 2050. Do your part. Purchase items made from renewable or recycled content and recycle whenever possible. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/earth.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studio, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Guaranteed human. Your home for the Horns.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, Mo City, El Paso,
San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas.
Or wherever you may be listening. This is a Prediction Thursday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone. National Signing Day was a big one for some. Now that the dust is settled, Coach Sark met with the media, and we'll hear his exclusive interview with Craig Way. The coaching carousel is at an all-time high. Texas men's basketball took on ACC and Virginia, and it did not go well. Texas women's basketball has an ACC challenge of its own tonight, as it will take on North Carolina, and the Cowboys are hunting Lions in Detroit. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And, of course, we got our guy Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, we're going to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Chicago and Styx. Make sure you're locked in, but you got to use that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. You'll get a chance to win a pair of tickets to that concert. Also, at 7:34, we'll have our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 247, to recap the basketball game and, of course, break down what he saw and heard from Coach Sark. But right now, we want you to hear the exclusive interview with Craig Way and the head coach of the Texas Longhorns, Steve Sarkisian.
I've been pretty busy. We've, obviously doing a little politicking, right, for our team and an opportunity to try to get in this playoffs, and also closing out this signing class. As we all know, the 48, 24 hours up till signing day can get a little crazy. So doing that and then kind of closing out the regular season as from a staff perspective and kind of setting the calendar of what we're poised to do here in the month of December.
Were you encouraged in any way by what Hunter Yurachek said last night, that there could still be movement by idle teams following the conference championship games? It sounded like he left a crack in the doorway open a little bit.
No. Because I'm not, they said things the week before too, and so it is what it is, I guess we can agree to disagree on the topic. Like I've said before, what they said, the principles of the college football playoff and what they were going to measure as things that were important, headed off, starting with strength of schedule. We have the number one strength of schedule of all the teams being considered for the CFP. When you talk about head-to-head competition, we have 2 wins over top 10 teams that are right now part of the CFP, and we have a 3rd win by a top 15 team. But where the value comes into it, and the more I continue to look at it's not in the metrics, is I think they take into account losses more so than wins. And so that's something for us to really examine and look at. And what it tells me at the end of the day, we got to win the games that are in front of us, regardless of the opponent, regardless how good, not good, whatever that looks like, because the record matters. And, no 3-loss team has ever been an at-large bid in the college football playoff. And as good as our resume looks, they're going to find every reason to say why we shouldn't be in the field as opposed to why we should be in the field. And so, and that's their perspective. And I respect the job they have to do. I don't think it's an easy job that the committee has. I think it's very difficult. There's a lot of really good teams. Like I said before, I feel like we had a really good case. I felt like it was important for me to try to express that. When you don't get to sit in front of a committee and make your case, you have to do it in a variety of ways. And I tried to do the best job that I could do. And I still advocate. I do believe we are one of the best teams in the country. And I do believe if we were in that tournament, we would have a great opportunity to go win it. But unfortunately, we didn't handle the business that we needed to handle throughout the season to where it wasn't even in their hands, that it was such a no-brainer. And I think that's the lesson learned. And we've been fortunate to be in that tournament the last 2 years and to be in the semifinals and to play really good football. And if for some crazy reason we get in there this year over the next week, I think we'll be right there again. If not, lessons learned throughout this season that I think we can get a little different point across and a little different perspective on what we need to do as a team to handle our business when we can control it on the field as opposed to putting it in the hands of a committee in a hotel room.
Sure. One more thing before we visit about the signing class. What will regardless of whether you're in the playoff or not, does it change or alter how you begin to prepare your team for the postseason, whether it's Citrus Bowl or whatever it might be,
I think it varies. Obviously, if it's a Citrus Bowl, you're looking at not playing until December 31st, and you're back into that traditional bowl game model where you have essentially a month to get in anywhere between 15, 18 or so practices of timing that out to where the players are energized every day at practice, but yet they're getting some time off and getting a little time off around Christmas. If you're in the CFP, that's a different turnaround. You're playing the 19th or 20th, and so your turnaround's a little bit different. But really, that was how it was for us our first couple years of going to bowl games. Last year was the different year where we were playing every week because we were playing this week in the SEC championship game, and then we turned right around and played in the first round hosting here against Clemson. So last year was different, and I think like anything, you just adapt and evolve. Like what we've done this week, our guys have been working out with Coach Becton. They're lifting, they're running, and then they're focusing on this is our last week of school, and so they're focused on finishing up papers, exams, projects, things of that nature, and then we'll get back on the field next Monday.
So how excited are you about this signing class?
I love this class. This class, to me, when you look at what we've done the last 2 years in recruiting, because I think you kind of have to look at it in a sense of that's going to be the bulk of your roster. A really deep class and a really versatile class. And there's some highlight players in here for sure. There's a lot of players that we can look at, man, this guy's going to be a really good player maybe 2 years down the road from a developmental standpoint. But I think we address some things on both sides of the ball. Now, obviously, you get a quarterback the caliber of a Diabell. We couldn't be more excited. You get a running back the caliber of a Derek Cooper. That receiving core with Cohen Brown and Chris Stewart, along with Jermaine Bishop and what he's been doing. And he's going to be a guy that's probably going to be a two-way player early on for us to see, how he can help us on both sides. But man, he's so dynamic.
I watched him last Saturday night.
Phenomenal player. You look at the line of scrimmage with John Turrentine, what we think he can be as a tackle as he continues to grow, and Nick Robertson and Caden Shure. And then on the defensive side of the ball, at the line of scrimmage with James Johnson, and then what you're able to do with the Richie Wesley, and then to go along with the Jamarian Carlton. Those are some really good defensive front players. And then at backer is probably the room where we were like, man, we got to make sure we hit this right. And Tyler Atkinson is a phenomenal player. Then you look at the senior film of Rocky Cummings and the versatility that this guy has to go along with Cozy Akpala, the length that group has, the speed, the athleticism, the violence they play with. And then I really think we hit it right with the secondary. Again, length, the physicality of our conference. You got to have that on the perimeter to go along with the specialists. And so all in all, a really versatile group, but a great group of young men too, that I think character-wise, culture-wise are going to fit right in with what was a very young football team last year, that these guys can come in and can kind of build and grow with this team as we move into next season.
Final thing here before, and I know you'll probably get to ask this in the press conference, is it too early to tell right now what you and the staff need to address through the portal based on what you have coming in now?
Well, I don't know if it's too early. I think naturally we're going to get into the running back market. I think we're going to get into the offensive line market. When you look at just needs, right, where it needs, two needs there. I think depending on who decides to stay or go on the defensive side of the ball, are we going to be into the linebacker market, possibly DB market, possibly defensive front, maybe a nose tackle market. We're losing two, really big players in Cole Brevard and Travis Shaw. But a lot of that depends on, all right, this is a great opportunity here in December. We talked about 15, 18 practices. We get a really good look of how much has Josiah Sharma developed, how much has Myron Charles developed. Okay, all right, how much of a need is that at nose tackle, or are these guys going to be, we think, really ready to go next fall? So I think December is going to determine some of that with some of our younger players from a developmental standpoint, but just sheer numbers wise, we have an idea of where we need to attack.
I appreciate you doing this. I'll let you get to those who are waiting on you in the other room.
Thanks, Craig. Hey, one more time, Longhorn Nation, I've had a chance to watch our game from Friday night. And, I watched the coaches film, but I had a little more time this weekend. So I actually watched the TV copy, which was fun. Was DKR. I mean, for those that didn't get to be there, those that were there, it was a special night to be part of that night in DKR. But watching on TV, and I know there were so many Longhorns around the world watching that game, God, it was electric. And man, I'm just so grateful and thankful for all of you and your support. It was a great night, and what a way to cap off the regular season. So hook 'em horns to everybody out there. Appreciate you.
Most vibrant. I've seen it. I know John Bianco and I both. Our first game in the press box was the same night in 1992, and it's in 34 years. It's the most vibrant I've ever seen.
It's been 5 years for me now, right? And I will say, like, that was the best it's ever been. And I think part of it, and again, this is no knock on Longhorn Nation, but I think them seeing what some of the other environments have been like, where we've gone to at night in the SEC, and to be as good or better than those, I think that speaks to we're all growing into what this life is like in the Southeastern Conference. And that was an SEC rowdy crowd, loud, tough place to play. And they were a factor in the game for sure.
No doubt. Thanks so much, Hookham.
Appreciate you, Greg. Thanks, buddy.
Unbelievable time, unbelievable moments from the presser yesterday. He went into a lot of other stuff. We'll address a lot of that when we come back. And there was one thing that stood out that I think a lot of people have been talking about and need to talk about, and that is holding the line. I'll explain when we come back. We also have Eric Henry of Horns 247 joining us at 7:30 for busy day on a Prediction Thursday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Hey there, Texas fans. This is the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way, inviting you to join us for Longhorn football.
Touchdown! Texas wins!
We'll bring you all of the action all season long, including in-depth analysis and exclusive access to players and coaches before the opening kick and after the final whistle. And every week, we'll talk with Texas Longhorns head coach Steve Sarkisian on Longhorn Weekly. This is your exclusive source for Texas Longhorn football.
On 1300 The Zone. From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Watch out for a stalled vehicle in the right lane going southbound on 183 around Highway 71. There's reports of an accident, I-35 northbound at Palmer Lane, and some stop-and-go traffic going southbound on I-35. You're slow from FM 1431 over to 620, about a 5 to 7 minute delay. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
This Longhorn Minute brought to you by Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. On a crisp Black Friday night at Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, the Texas Longhorns stunned the Texas A&M Aggies 27-17. Ending A&M's unbeaten run and shaking up the college football playoff hopes across the country. Quarterback Arch Manning delivered when it mattered, connecting on a clutch 29-yard touchdown pass to Ryan Wingo in the third quarter, then bulldozing 35 yards for a game-clinching touchdown late in the fourth. On the ground, Trey Wisner powered the offense all night, racking up a season-high 155 yards and constantly moving the chains. Defensively, Texas bent but didn't break, and when A&M threatened in the final minutes, back-to-back picks by Michael Taft and Kobe Black sealed the deal, sending the home crowd into a roar. Texas dominated the second half, outscoring the Aggies 24-7 after halftime. That turnaround, grit, guts, and big plays made it clear. In Austin, the Longhorns earned bragging rights once again. This Longhorn Minute brought to you by Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
No more waiting. Your goals start now. This Cyber Monday, take your workouts around the world with Nordic Track and iFit. Save big on treadmills, bikes, and rowers at NordicTrack.com. Nordic Track. Train anywhere. Explore everywhere.
The appetite for destruction returns. Guns N' Roses World Tour 2026. One night. Alamo Dome, September 16th. Tickets on sale Friday, December 5th at 10 a.m. at livenation.com.
Raising a family requires lots, and I mean lots, of energy. Quaker's protein products help you to keep things running smoothly. It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your sixth graders soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
The holiday hustle is real. The traffic, the crowds, the never-ending to-do list.
And nowhere to park. Perfect.
That's why drivers use ParkWiz. They already save up to 50% when they book ahead. This holiday season, use promo code JINGLE10 in the ParkWiz app for an extra 10% off your next reservation. Because during the holidays, every minute and every dollar counts. ParkWiz. Less circling, more celebrating. Download the ParkWiz app and use code JINGLE10 to save an extra 10% today. Offer valid through December 31st. App reservations only. Limit one per user.
Longhorns baseball plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
The next segment, we have our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 2-4. Also, tomorrow, we've got a special in-studio guest, WWE Chelsea Green.
Excited. Chelsea is the most entertaining wrestler, not female wrestler, period. She is hilarious. Great sister.
And the fact that SmackDown will be in the building starts at Moody Center or wherever you get your tickets to get into SmackDown tomorrow night. Mark, Coach Sark talked a lot yesterday. It was over an hour about signing day, about the playoffs, and you heard a lot of that with Craig Way, which great interview by Craig Way, the voice of the Texas Longhorns. Yeah. But one of the biggest stories coming out, obviously, they were talking about the schedules, out-of-conference schedules, and how you're going to look at them moving forward, and should you play those games, should you not play those games? And as a fan, love to see those games. But as a business and trying to get into the college football playoffs, Coach Sark, CDC, and all that are involved have to look at scheduling moving forward. So Coach Sark was asked about Ohio State, Michigan, both of those teams that are supposed to be here. And then back-to-back seasons, Ohio State next season, 2026, 2027, we have Michigan coming into town. And Coach Sark was asked about those out-of-conference games and how he's going to look at them moving forward.
Yeah, I think there's a couple things. There's layers to this. Bear with my answer. First of all, we're going to honor Ohio State and Michigan. We went there. We went to Ann Arbor. We went to Columbus. We're going to honor those return trips. So for the next 2 years, we know what our non-conference schedule is going to look like, and that's the right thing to do. We made the commitment to play them. Now we'll honor that commitment for them to come play us here. I think anything beyond that is up for discussion. We need to, and CDC and I have already had that discussion. We need to take a good hard look at what our non-conference schedule looks like beyond the next 2 years, because you got to remember, so much of the non-conference scheduling was when we were in the Big 12, and these schedules were made when we were in the Big 12. Well, there's a little bit of a different shift now that we're in the Southeastern Conference, and another shift now that we're going to 9 conference games. And so we've got to be mindful of one, putting our players in the best position to have success and to have growth. 2, we got to be mindful of how the committee is going to evaluate to put the best teams into the college football playoff. Now, the goal is to go win the Southeastern Conference every year. And when you do that, you don't have to worry about what the record looked like. And you probably have a good record if you're in that game and winning it. But I also need to look at what the committee has shown me over the last 2 years since we've expanded to 12 games. They care about your record. And so we've got to be mindful of that as we go. And we'll see what that looks like. Again, we're going to honor Ohio State and Michigan. We're excited to play those games. They're going to be great environments in DKR. I know our players are looking forward to it. Our coaches are looking forward to those games. It should be highly competitive ball games with great teams, great players, great coaches. But beyond that is where we got to have some real discussions of what our non-conference schedule looks like after that.
Yeah, I 100% believe that he's on the right page. But you can also hear that he's come to the conclusion, you know what, you really just got to win the games that's on your schedule.
Absolutely.
And once you get that in mind, which he does have that, then once these next 2 years of games are over with, then you renegotiate. Like, you figure out, like, who we're going to play.
Well, again, going back to what we talked about a little while ago, 9 conference games now. 9 games right now with the
SEC games.
Yeah, 9 conference games for SEC. So it is definitely something that Coach Sark is looking at, thinking about, trying to make sure is right. But as a fan, again, I want them games. I need them games. Those games are important to me because.
Why you start smiling when you said
because
that?
Think about it.
You get a little excited.
Yeah, Ohio State is coming to play here. The last time that they played here, it didn't go good for Texas. I remember because I was like a man with no home. I was walking all downtown because I was upset. I was sad that they lost that game.
They played the Incredible Hulk music.
Man, I'm just looking.
David Banner.
Yes, I was just walking.
But unlike this year, you're not opening up next year with Ohio State.
Correct.
And I think that was a huge thing too, is you open up out the gate with Ohio State instead of it being at least a second game.
Yeah, that's true. And then, you got Michigan. A lot of people went to Michigan to watch that game. Now they get a chance to watch them here at home. So those are the types of moments that you continue to look at and you believe is going to be it will help season ticket sales. Number one.
Well, that's true.
You know
that's
what I'm
true.
saying? And that's why Del Conte was like, hold up, man. Hold on, let's get the people what they want. You know what I'm saying?
Because the boosters, can you imagine the box? Like all those boxes, those new boxes in the north end.
Yes.
I mean, the south end are going to be full.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of big money donors.
Big time.
So
all their friends.
And all of their rich friends.
Exactly.
You got to appease them, man. You got to.
And being able to play in that type of ball game and that create that type of atmosphere. It's the second year for Arch Manning. And you know what I'm saying? As the starting quarterback, Julian's saying if he wins this year, Julian's saying if they just happen to win this game this weekend, he's probably your Heisman Trophy winner. Because it's between him and Mendoza, and I can't believe Diego Pavia is trending at number 3. Well, actually, I think in one poll, he's number 1. And I'm like, what are we doing? But he did have a 10-2 season, so you got to look at it all the way around and what he means to that program.
And he is at Vanderbilt.
Yeah, and he's doing it at Vanderbilt. So, yeah. But, yeah, you start looking at these games and the matchups, and I'm glad, like Coach Sark said, we're going to honor those, but we're going to look at some of these other situations moving forward. And it's just a lot. Because think about this. At one point during this season, we were at a point where Coach Sark was looking at the NFL. Allegedly. We go through it, get through this matchup. Then it comes back up again about him looking at the NFL. And then you got your quarterback at the beginning of the year. The turmoil that this team has gone through. But, hey, you pay the cost to be the boss at a University of Texas situation. I get it. But now you're looking at him. Then he had to go out and politic to talk about how many games that Texas played that were against top 10 teams, that were against ranked teams, and how are we not in the playoffs?
He also had the politic in the standpoint of defending himself.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of that talk that came out about him going somewhere else was propaganda to get people to think that, no, I don't want to go there.
And you bring up turmoil. You remember they were the number 1 team in the nation, and they dropped out of the top 25.
Yeah, there was a lot that has happened with this Texas football team. And to your point, Mark, talking about he had people trying to get into the chicken coop.
Right.
Trying to poach players, come and play over here. Your coach ain't even going to be there. There's just so much that he was going through behind the scenes that he kept his locker room together. And you look at how they play. Again, that Georgia game, it was a bad fourth quarter. Rest of the game, they were battling. They were in it. You get stopped. And he brought it up earlier about their team, about how when they were at Ohio State, they got stopped inside the 5 twice. They could have won that game. There were opportunities, and we're not having this conversation, but start packing your bags to Orlando, because it looks like we're going to the Cheez-It Bowl. And as I told you yesterday, some people love to toast the Cheez-Its.
I'm one of them.
And Nani is the other one. Coming up next, we have our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 247, as he breaks it down, what he saw at the media availability, but more importantly, what in the heck happened last night at the basketball game? We'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on the Prediction Thursday edition on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
Watch out for a stalled vehicle in the right lane going southbound on 183 around Highway 71. There's reports of an accident, I-35 northbound at Palmer Lane, and some stop-and-go traffic going southbound on I-35. You're slow from FM 1431 over to 620, about a 5 to 7 minute delay. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's Luxe Cravings boxes give you decadent options. $5 gets you fan favorites, $7 gets you the fancy stuff, and $9 sends you on a journey of flavor exploration. Get yours at participating stores for a limited time. Prices and participation may vary. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Hardge, starting my day off the right way is a big deal. and that includes taking care of my heart health. That's why I use Super Beat Heart Chews by Human. Human was actually founded right here at the University of Texas. You probably seen their logo on the field. I know, yeah, Human with 2 N's. These chews are clinically shown to promote healthy blood pressure, nearly 2 times more effective than diet and exercise alone. Thanks to their unique grapeseed extract, they taste great, they're easy to take, they become part of my daily routine. Super Beat Heart Chews are also the #1 cardiologist recommended beet brand for heart health support. There's a special offer happening right now, and it even comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Go to human.com/mark and check it out. That's human.com/mark, spell human with 2 N's, and enter the promo code MARK and check out and get an extra 20% off your first order. Take a simple step to support your heart health with Super Beats Heart Chews.
Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com.
The holidays can get expensive, but streaming your favorite festive films and music doesn't need to be. The Vizio Smart TV experience makes it easy with Watch Free Plus and the iHeartRadio app built into every TV, giving you access to free holiday classics, new favorites, and playlists all season long. Add movies to your watch list and jump in anytime. Perfect for family movie nights and cozy evenings in. You can even take Watch Free Plus on the go with the Vizio mobile app. Head to Vizio.com/iHeartRadio to learn more and take advantage of the Vizio Smart TV experience today.
The world's best male ski racers are racing in the United States in December. The Stiefel Birds of Prey hits Beaver Creek, Colorado, December 4th through 7th. Watch Olympic champions, World Cup winners, and your favorite Stiefel U.S. ski team athletes tackle one of the toughest courses on the planet. Racing for glory and the chance to secure their place in the 2026 Olympics. Don't miss the NBC and CNBC coverage, December 7th and 8th.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/beat. That's ethos.com/beat.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
If you've been waiting to try learning a new language with Babbel, now is the time. For just a few more days, you can unlock all of the languages on Babbel with a lifetime subscription at our largest discount of the year. Where will Babbel take you? Find out at Babbel.com. Y una cosa más. This is your last chance because our biggest sale of the year ends on December 7th. For just a few more days, you can get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Aaron Fox scored 31, including a pair of game-winning free throws with just over a second left to lead the Spurs over the Magic. Thursday Night Football, Cowboys and Lions in Detroit. Left tackle Tyler Guyton and corner Trayvon Diggs have been ruled out due to injuries. National Signing Day yesterday. Texas, according to 24/7 Sports, came out of the day with the 8th ranked class in the nation. I'm Ronza Moss.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Despite wintry conditions and heavy traffic, the holidays have to go on. That's why Mercedes-Benz SUVs come equipped with the latest safety technology to keep your festive plans on track. Discover the incredible offers for yourself at the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration.
What's up? It's Cam Jordan. I'm back with season 3 of your favorite podcast, the Off the Edge with Cam Jordan podcast. Yeah! Tap in every Wednesday to hear conversations with my friends and stars from the NFL, the sports world in general, and entertainment about everything from teams and players making waves to pop culture. And I'll take you inside my journey through my 15th season in the NFL. Looking forward to you joining me this season, the season of more, on the Off the Edge with Cam Jordan podcast. Open your free iHeart app and search Off the Edge and start listening.
Longhorns basketball plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Thursday, so that can only mean one thing. Our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 247. You can follow him at Eric C. Henry _. And let me just tell you this. This is a guy that is hard working. He is busy as they come. My man was at the presser. Then he went over to the arena and sat there all day long. He said, if I'm down here, I'm getting all my hours. What up, E?
Good morning, fellas. See, Hardge, you took it out of me, man, because I was gonna get on you for coming here in all your cowboy blue after a couple of wins, but after that kind of intro, man, I can't even say nothing, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Black folks looking out for black folks. I love that nowadays, man.
Hey, they can't say we don't work, bro. They can't say we don't work. My man out here grinding. Well, let's get into it. Texas had a great recruiting day, signing 23 players. Brandon Harris said there might be some more that might be jumping off a little bit later on in the week. But for Texas to sign 23 players and have 22 of them coming in at the break, that is something that I don't think a lot of people truly understand how important it is for the kids to get on campus, get acclimated to college life, and, of course, that college weight room.
Hardge, it's kind of crazy. You know, Steve Sarkisian talked about it, and it was something that I was thinking about entering the day, just the shift in the past 5-6 years in terms of kids getting on campus early, right? To put it in perspective, it's an entire semester and change, right? Because you can do summer and spring in terms of getting acclimated to college life, the college weight room, you know, all of those things, right? It's just crazy. 22 of 23 kids. I'm going to specify or kind of outline one specifically, Richard Wesley, Mark and Hardge, who Sark outlined, 16-year-old kid from California, 6'4", 240. Now, remember what I said, 16 years old, walking at 6'4", 240 pounds. Maybe to Mark, that's not impressive, because Mark at 16 was probably, you know, that's not impressive to him, but to the rest of us.
Sizes. Mark is the sizes. So he's
I value this.
But for a 16-year-old edge at 6'4", 245, again, I'm not saying that he's going to see playing time immediately. Sark didn't rule it out. But when you take a look at the edge room, it's going to lose Ethan Burke. You have Lance Jackson. You have Brad Spence. You have Colin Simmons. Could Richard Wesley be this year's, you know, kind of Lance Jackson, a freshman who comes in immediately and gets some time? Again, the age gives you a little bit of concern, but I mean, at that size, it certainly has that instant impact ability. And there are a couple other guys, you know, Jermaine Bishop, Tyler Atkinson at linebacker, Derek Cooper at running back, I think could be instant impact guys for Texas come 2026.
So we had this conversation earlier, and I've been telling them about Jermaine Bishop and how electric this guy is. Coach Sark even put out there he might even play on both sides of the ball. They're looking at different things. For the fan that doesn't really know who he is, let these folks know.
No, you know, Hardge, you talked about electric, and that is the word to sum up his game. A kid who has over 8,000 all-purpose yards in his career, did everything but, you know, sell popcorn and hot dogs at the stadium, okay? You know, scored over 70 touchdowns, played running back, receiver, punter, defensive back, kick returner, quarterback, everything for Willis, Texas. Again, that's a program that's put a lot of players in high Division I football. So he just has a nose for the end zone. He's the player I asked Steve Sarkisian about yesterday. Hardge, you bring up getting to campus early. I think it's going to be important for him as they try to establish where he's going to play. There's one question, and for those who don't know, yesterday was a very long press conference. We got a chance to speak with Steve Sarkisian for over 50 minutes. That's not normally the case because he addressed recruiting and the team as well, since the last time we're probably going to hear from him until the Citrus Bowl, which looks like it's going to be the Citrus Bowl. I shouldn't say it for certain, but it looks like it's going to be the Citrus Bowl. But with Bishop, the question I wish I'd gotten a chance to follow up is, can he play both, right? Because the way Steve talked was they're going to try to find out what position he'll play and then figure out if it's going to be one side or the other. Can he do both? Because he has that kind of capability.
My question to you is, Texas was very heavy on the defensive side when it came to the linemen. Had a couple of offensive linemen and you know, 4-star guys. But is Texas gonna reach out into the portal for offensive linemen? Because that's kind of what Coach Sark alluded to yesterday.
No, Mark, I wouldn't even say alluded. He flat out said it. Listen, we're going to address offensive line, defensive line in the portal. I think, and Steve made a point that, you know, the closer to the ball you are, the harder it is to kind of instantly play coming from high school to the collegiate level. I tend to agree with him, although you do see some exceptions, right? You know, guys like Kelvin Banks, certain quarterbacks, certain running backs. But I do think this team learned their lesson from last year and specificity on the offensive line that, hey, we need to go get veterans, right? And it's a double-edged sword, Mark, because I've never been a believer that you can portal an offensive line. I firmly believe that offensive line and quarterback are the two positions where if you start having 3, 4, 5 position coaches in your career because you transfer to spot A, to spot B, to spot C, by the time you get to your final school, you have so many coaching tools, so many coaching instructions in your head, it's kind of hard to pick up what that final coach is asking you to do, right? However, if you can find a junior, a fourth-year junior who's been at one school who maybe decides, hey, I'm not getting the time I'd like, or maybe they go out and just get someone who's a starter. Maybe it's not someone you're trying to develop. Maybe you go get a starter from another team, right?
Yeah, somebody good.
That may very well be an option for Texas.
Yeah, no doubt. We're talking to Eric Henry of Horns 247. You can follow him at Eric C. Henry _. On social media. Let's transition, man. Texas basketball ran into a red hot shooting old NBA team last night with all those old players and former pros that were on the court. It was not a clean basketball game. It was kind of clunky, to be honest with you, watching Texas. The pick and roll wasn't being effective. They were having a tough time with it, and they weren't getting downhill. What was your takeaway from watching that game last night?
Hard, Mark. Sean Miller called it a crossroads for his team. And we're only 9 games into the year, right? He flat out said they were destroyed defensively. I mean, Sean Miller was very strong in his post game in terms of using words like disappointment. We got destroyed, crossroads. This was interesting because the quote unquote knock, guys, on Sean Miller's teams is that you can get a lot offensively, but defensively it can be up and down, right? And he told a story. I thought Jordan Pope relayed it in the post game, didn't outline it specifically. Sean came out and specified it, saying that he told a story to the team post game about, one of his early years at Arizona, the team gave up 100 and something points. And then one of the players was asked about it post game saying, hey, if you guys remember Jimmer Fredette, right? The old BYU star who, had a cup of coffee in the NBA, scored 43 points against them. And one of his players was asked about in the post game, and his player said, well, I only give up 6 against him. And Sean said, yeah, we got to coach that out of guys quickly, right? It's not about how many points they scored against you. It's about the team defense, right? And it just was bad. And then kind of flip it to the offensive side, as you said, Texas couldn't get downhill. I think we were so focused on the defensive comments by Sean Miller that I went into the postgame intending to ask him, how'd you feel about your team's pace? Because they didn't get downhill, right? It felt like they kind of, and granted, if you can't get stops, you don't really have opportunity to push the ball and get fast break points, things of that nature, right? But they played with very little pace. So whether it was the fact that Virginia went 11 of 22 from 3-point line, 50%, Texas couldn't do anything defensively without fouling. It was a struggle. So yeah, with Sean Miller using those words, and it was refreshing to hear him be so transparent post game, like crossroads, they got a little under a week to get it fixed before they head to UConn.
Yeah. The two things that were pressing to me in that game, on Texas side, those guys were old. Those guys, they were like the BYU of college basketball with pro experience and playing in leagues where you're playing against a 30-year-old man every night. And on the negative side, we've got to do a better job of entry passing. Like the ball does not move fluently. And when you do get the ball inside, it's not an accurate pass. They threw the ball away, the turnovers. Like you can't win with turnovers, and you can't win with not getting the ball in a position where it's easy for you to score.
Yeah, Mark, I should hit on that point really quick because I know Hardge made it as well. For those who don't know, Virginia, with the rule that you can bring in some of the European guys who've played pro and have gone through some of the draft process, Tease the Ritter, who is their leading scorer, he's a 22-year-old freshman. Okay, he's played pro for a few years. That's a veteran team in terms of experience, but that's just in one hand, you can acknowledge that, but on the other hand, it's the college basketball y'all grew up with. You used to have 22-year-olds playing college basketball before you could go straight to the NBA, right? So there's only so much you can do about that. But super quick, Mark, yes, the entry passes, getting the ball to Modest Vokatitis was bad.
But you have a guy that played 2 years in the G League and the NBA? Just because it's not the NBA roster, it still doesn't make him not being in the G League playing against pros.
DeRitter actually hadn't. Now, Mark, there are players who are going to end up in that circumstance. DeRitter didn't play in the G League. He went through the draft process. So he did multiple pre-draft workouts with Indiana before choosing to play college ball. So, pretty much the same circumstance.
Man, it is I'm glad that we have Sean Miller and the fact that he doesn't sugarcoat it. He keeps it 100, and he's going to let you know where the team is struggling and how they got punched in the face last night. And I'm sure these practices are going to be a little bit different moving forward. As always, E, man, we appreciate
you, man.
Take a break until next week so you can get ready for a couple of these matchups that's coming up before you have to get on that road and head back to Orlando. As always, brother, we appreciate you.
Hey, anytime I got one more trip for going to Orlando, I got to take my behind to Connecticut. So I'm going to be looking like Hardge up there with the beat and everything on.
Sometimes you just got to stay warm.
Better get that
exactly. Appreciate it, fellas.
There he is, Eric Henry of Horns 247. When we come back, we'll hear from Coach Miller as he talks about his team and why he was disappointed. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
The Craig Way Show with Craig Way.
Tex Schramm, you'd hear him on with Brad Sham when we had the show and I was the producer for it, called Ask Tex Schramm. This was like 1987. The football Cardinals were moving to Arizona. Brad Sham is doing the show. And so he asked him, he said, well, does that mean also now there'll be a change that the Atlanta Falcons would move from the NFC West to the NFC East? The Texas response was, well, once you're on an airplane, what difference does it make?
Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. on AM 1300 The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's a crash that looks to be in the final stages of clearing out of there on Mopac southbound at 2222, but it's still causing a 5-minute slowdown from Highway 183. A new wreck on Harris Branch Parkway at Palmer Lane and about a 15-minute out-of-your drive through congestion on I-35 northbound from Onion Creek Parkway to William Cannon. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by AirTasker.
The holidays get hectic fast. That's why I use AirTasker, where you can get anything done, from decorating to gift wrapping. I even got someone to dress up as Santa for my dog's photo shoot. Download the AirTasker app or go to airtasker.com. AirTasker, get anything done.
Hardball Hardge here. Austin, you like bone-in? Get the Friday lunch special at the Yellow Rose. A voluptuous 16-ounce certified Angus bone-in ribeye at the Yellow Rose for just $20. A steak so good, you'll forget to look up. Fridays at the Yellow Rose ain't just lunch. It's a feast for VIPs. Comes with a side and the best view in Austin. Get a $20 steak ribeye Fridays from noon to 9 at the Yellow Rose Cabaret. And get your weekend football action with watch parties there, too.
Remember who taught you your ABCs? Who showed you kindness and sharing? That was Sesame Street. And today, Sesame Workshop is still helping children around the world grow smarter, stronger, and kinder.
But Elmo can't do it alone.
This holiday season, Sesame needs your support. Donate now at sesame.org/iHeart. That's SESAME.org/iHeart. Because the world needs Sesame, and Sesame needs you.
Elmo loves you. Thanks for making a difference.
The only thing between you and your best self is the start button. This Cyber Monday, explore the world with Nordic Track. From the peaks of Peru to the streets of Paris, every workout moves you somewhere new with iFit trainers leading the way. The equipment's amazing, smooth, quiet, and those screens make it all feel real. Ready to start your next workout adventure with the #1 treadmill brand in the U.S.? Shop NordicTrack.com for Cyber Monday savings. Nordic Track. Train anywhere, explore everywhere.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. Divorce affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you are facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
From the Audio Visual Consultation Studio, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Guaranteed human. Your home for the Horns.
Tweens have mastered the art of tuning out. Jen, there's a spider in the car. We're turning your room into a home gym. See? Nothing. But some messages need to get through, like making sure they're buckled up the whole ride, every time. Do whatever it takes to make your child listen. Jen, I friended your boyfriend.
Wait, what?
Buckle up, sweetie.
Never give up until they buckle up. Learn more at safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Texas football plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
23 seconds to go, and Ryan Odom says, let's not take a shot. So Longhorns will end up losing by 19. They trailed in this game by as many as 28. Virginia dominating the second half. Final score here tonight from Moody Center in Austin. The Virginia Cavaliers 88, the Texas Longhorns 69 in the ACC SEC Challenge.
Yeah, you heard that right there from the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Craig Way, as they did not play well at the end of the ball game. And you got a chance to hear, from Eric Henry just a little while ago talking about all things Texas and what he saw. But right now I want to give you an opportunity to win a pair of tickets real quick before we hear from Sean Miller. I want to give away a pair of tickets to go see Chicago and the Sticks August the 19th at the Moody Center. All you got to do is get over to AM 1300 The Zone on the iHeartRadio app. Tap that red microphone and leave the keyword of the day, Renegade. Renegade is the keyword of the day for a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Chicago and Sticks August the 19th at the Moody Center. Last night, Texas loses that game, and Sean Miller was, let's just say he was not happy.
Well, first things first, it's very difficult to lose the way we did, play the way we did in the great environment and atmosphere we had here tonight at Moody. You know, the fans showed up, whether it be our students and just generally it was an amazing environment, everything that you hoped it would have been, especially on a weekday, Wednesday at 8:15. And when you have that opportunity to play a home game against a good team with a crowd like that, you know, it becomes your responsibility to perform well and play the best that you can. When it doesn't happen, in particular, the way it happened tonight, it's actually overwhelming. You know, the disappointment, and one thing can lead to the next. That's the first part. I think the second part is I think we lost to a really good team. As the season unfolds, I see Virginia going on and doing some very good things. They have a really good roster. They have depth. They have size. They have an abundance of skill and experience. And Ryan Odom does an amazing job. He's a heck of a coach. And it looked that way tonight. I thought, just generally speaking, our guys came out after a couple good days of practice. We knew Virginia was good. And you could sense early in the first half just the style of their press, their three-point shooting, their offensive rebounding, and their depth wear on us. And I'll just say this, that we had no answer for them offensively, right? So, it's tough to judge our offense because we either gave up a made field goal or we fouled for a majority of the game. And when that happens, man, it's tough to get transition points. It's tough to be in the flow on offense when you're always taking the ball out of bounds or you're fouling like we did in the second half. Their offense overwhelmed our defense, and it's becoming a pattern with us. We're too easy to score on. We have to fix that. We have to be better. We have to do things that we're capable of doing to fix. And we have to have just more of an inner fight and toughness on that side of the ball to be able to defend the shot, challenge the shot, rebound the ball, defend the man in front of you. A lot of where we go from here starts with that word, defense.
Yeah, they're going to have to put in some work immediately.
Yeah, he ain't playing.
He's not. He sounds like a coach that is pissed off.
But you know what? The thing is we're so used to coach speak.
No.
And we're so used to, and players are used to people going, hey, it's going to be okay.
No.
We need to, no, it's not going to be okay. If you don't do your job, you don't do like I've been instructing you to do, you're not going to be here.
Right. You're not going to be playing, that's for sure.
You're definitely not going to be playing.
And one of the guys that had a chance to talk after the game was Jordan Pope, and he was apologizing to Longhorn Nation.
I just want to apologize to Longhorn Nation out there for watching this. We'll be better. Appreciate you guys coming out to support us tonight. This was a big game, and we felt as a team, as a group, that we let you guys down, and we'll be better moving forward and, continue to support us, continue hanging there, and a lot of good things moving forward.
They're going to have to work. They definitely going to have to work, and I know that Coach Miller, who has had a successful career as a head coach.
And a developer.
And he is going to make sure that these guys show up and understand what the challenge is. Hour number 1 is in the books. Hour number 2 is just around the corner. When we come back, the Dallas Cowboys take on the Detroit Lions. And we got Jay Glazer, and we'll give out our picks for the week. You don't want to go anywhere. We got a lot of time here. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Mark Henry here. Did you know that since 1936, Shipley's Donuts has been a Texas tradition, and now Dripping Spring is waking them up? They serve fresh, hot-baked donuts, kolaches, and hot coffee. Get out to 13341 West Highway 290 in Dripping Springs. They open bright at 5 a.m. Grab you a dozen. Okay, grab 2 dozen, but I suggest more than 1 at least. Shipley's Donut. You can order them online at shipleysdonuts.com or on the Shipley's app. Start happy, stay happy. Shipley's Donuts, West Highway 290 in Dripping Springs.
This is what they call the hard sell. Sunday Yard Care Black Friday sale. Limited time. Act now.
Yelling about grass feels strange. Let's try that again. Sunday Yard plans give you a thick, healthy yard without pesticides or weekend projects. We analyze your soil and climate, send a simple plan, and you spray it on. No drama.
But wait, there's more.
No, there isn't. For Black Friday, your Sunday plan is 30% off. Lock in your spring subscription today. Sunday, smarter lawn care for less. GetSunday.com.
It's the game's final seconds, and the score is tied. But wait, another trip to the bathroom?
Don't miss the game's best moments because of frequent bathroom breaks. Introducing prostate artery embolization from ARA Diagnostic Imaging, a leader in PAE, a non-surgical treatment for enlarged prostate that helps reduce urgent urination with low risk of sexual side effects. Visit osrad.com/PAE to take a quick self-assessment. ARA, leaders in medical imaging.
The world's best ski racers hit Beaver Creek for the Stiefel Birds of Prey December 4th through 7th. Watch Olympic champions and your favorite Stiefel U.S. ski team athletes race for glory in a 2026 Olympic spot. Catch NBC and CNBC coverage December 7th and 8th.
Holiday season, connection is the greatest gift of all. Whether you're gathered around the fireplace or you're miles apart, Rapid Radios makes it easy to stay in touch with the people who matter the most. No apps, no drop calls, no monthly fees. One-touch communication that works, whether you're checking in on loved ones, coordinating holiday plans, or making sure everybody gets home safely. Give the gift a peace of mind. Rapid Radios. Staying close should always be simple. Visit rapidradios.com and share the sound of togetherness this season.
Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done, with precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way, with a dedication to lasting quality, trusted performance, and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
At Leaf Johnson Ford in Austin, Manor, and Buda.
You'll love it at Leaf.
That's right. You'll love it at any Leaf Johnson location. What you see is what you pay, with no hidden add-ons. We're here to help you through the entire process, in person at one of our 3 locations, or we'll bring it to you and do the entire transaction online.
You'll love it at Leaf.
Visit one of our 3 locations in Austin, Buda, or Manor, or online at leafjohnsonford.com.
You'll love it at Leaf.
Your favorite stations, podcasts, and songs you loved most in 2025 are waiting for you now in the iHeartRadio app and in your inbox. You can open the iHeartRadio app today to see your top picks of the year. Your 2025 Rewind starts now.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studio, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Guaranteed human. Your home for the Horns.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. In hour number 1, we heard Craig Way's interview with Coach Sark after signing day, and of course talking about himself politicking to see if he can get the Horns into the college football playoff. We also got a chance to hear about them honoring the non-conference schedule against Ohio State and Michigan. I'm glad that they're doing that because as a fan, you love it. And we got a chance to hear from our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 247, one of the hardest working men in this business. In the next segment coming up at 8:17, we're going to talk NBA, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and more from CP3 and the news. And the Spurs are still finding ways to get it done. But now, let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Detroit Lions. The Cowboys are on the road tonight, Thursday night football. This is a team that has been playing really, really well since they've shored up the defense. They've got some guys coming back in the secondary that have helped as well. And I want you to hear from Jay Glazer and his thoughts on what the Cowboys now are since the moves that have started to happen.
Let me tell you this about the Dallas Cowboys. All right, you only have a couple times in life you really get to find out who you are. And I think a lot of people in the Cowboys did, with obviously the tragedy they just went through with Marshawn Neiland. And the way they came together, the way they leaned into each other, the way they lifted each other up, you could see it, how they're playing, right? They came together with this. So impressive from Brian Schottenheimer, from those players in there, from Dak, from the leaders in there. They are lifting each other up. And the other thing I'll say, right, is that Micah Parsons trade. Everybody thought Dallas was crazy for it at first, but this is the type of trade that ended up helping both these teams. It was a win-win. right? Packers, they're using him great, and he's great for that locker room. And what they've been able to use with some of their capital to get it like a Quinton Williams and Kenny Clark and people like that is exactly what Dallas is looking for too.
He hit the nail on the head when it came to what the Cowboys have become and where they are at this time. So it's been fun to watch. Now, obviously, they got to go out there and play well. Again, it's not going to be easy against an opponent like the Detroit Lions, but you also have to understand Lions may be without Amon-Ra St. Brown tonight too. So that will be an interesting dynamic for that offense because, yes, they have Jameson Williams, they have Jamar Gibbs, they have David Montgomery, they have actually Laporta's out, but they have different pieces that can help across there. But having Amon-Ra St. Brown brings a different attitude to your team.
Most definitely, but also you have Dan Campbell, who is a Cowboy, who's always wears his heart on his sleeve and has the biggest chip on his shoulder I think I ever saw in a coach. He is not going to have his team face Dallas, of all teams, and not step up. He's going to have them ready to play. So the Cowboys need to pack a sack lunch, put your phones down, and lock in.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys understand where they are. They have to win the division to probably get in the playoffs because there's so many good teams across the landscape of the NFC. So they're going to have their
This would be a good start.
Yep. Speaking of the Cowboys victory over the Kansas City Chiefs on Thanksgiving Day averaged 57.23 million viewers, making it the most watched regular season game in NFL history. We said that going into it.
Yeah.
There was no doubt in our mind that was going to happen. The earlier game, Green Bay versus Detroit, that averaged 47.7 million, making it the second most watched game in NFL history. So, and it's the most watched game on Fox since 1994. So a lot of team people want to see this. Tonight's game probably will break a record as well because it's standalone. The only problem is it's on Amazon Prime, and I'm not sure everybody's got Amazon Prime, but we'll see what ends up happening. Let's get into our picks, man. Y'all ready?
All right. Let's do this. I'm ready.
Let's do it. Mark, you get a chance to start off with your first pick because obviously we know where you're going with it since it starts tonight.
Well, if we're going to start with the NFL, then, of course, Cowboys, Lions. I'm going Cowboys.
Of course, you're going Cowboys.
Of course I am.
Mark always is going Cowboys. Got to respect it. Marcus, go ahead.
I'm going the Browns -4.5 versus the Titans. The Titans are bad.
And Shador is getting another start, so we'll see what ends up happening there. That Browns defense is deadly with Myles Garrett. So I too am picking the Browns.
We locked up.
Yes, we're about to be locked up again right here because I am picking the Bears +6.5 versus the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay, one of the hottest teams. Jordan Love has been playing great, but there's just something about what's going on in Chicago that has me locked in with the Bears. Marcus?
Yeah, you got to stop leaving your notes in front of me. I'm just going to snatch up them Bears too, plus the 6.5 versus the Packers.
You seem like a copy off the paper, dude.
Mark?
I'm going to go with the please don't fire me game. I'm going to go the fighting Mike Tomlins over the Ravens. I'm going to go Steelers over the Ravens.
Will they unify? That's the thing.
I think he's going to be able to pull these guys together.
Will he be able to galvanize the team?
We'll see.
We will definitely see.
All right, we're going to get the shovels.
Right. Marcus.
A team that I continue to pick against, I'm picking against them again. I'm taking the Dolphins -2.5 versus the Jets. The Jets are like the Titans. Bad.
My man is rolling with the Jets. Mark Henry, you're
no. I'm rolling with the Dolphins.
I mean the Giants. I mean the Dolphins. But I'm talking about the Jets because you pick against them every single week.
Hey, it's been successful.
Mark Henry, your final NFL pick.
Another dirt game, which we already put the dirt on, but
yep.
This is it. I'm going Texans over the Chiefs.
Oh my
Patrick
God,
Mahomes. Marcus don't want me to pick his team because he thinks that every time I pick somebody, they
The
lose.
kiss of death. The kiss
The
of death.
kiss of death.
So you are picking the Texans.
I'm picking the Texans.
My final game is the battle of the AFC South. I am taking the Jacksonville Jaguars over Indy -1.5. I just think
Not
that there's
smart.
something about this Jacksonville team. Duval making things happen. We'll see what happens there. Now we go into college football. Mark Henry, you have the floor, sir.
Okay. SEC. I'm going to have to go Georgia over Alabama.
-2.5. He took UGA -2.5 over Alabama. Marcus?
I am also taking Georgia -2.5 versus Alabama.
I like it. I like it. I am going Jacksonville State. You know, I've been picking them all season long. I am taking Jacksonville State versus Kennesaw State. Jacksonville +2.5. I'm also going University of North Texas. Yes, Eric Morris is leaving, but he's staying with the team to coach him. There is a big opportunity here for North Texas to get into the playoffs. Tulane, I'm wearing the shirt for Tulane tomorrow, but I'm not having them. University of North Texas -2.5. Marcus.
Virginia -2.5 versus Duke.
You cannot take the basketball team because of what you saw last night. No, I'm just kidding. He's taking Virginia
That's
over
too much.
Duke. This is not a basketball game. -2.5 over Duke for the ACC championship. Mark Henry.
I'm going to go Ohio State over Indiana. Straight up.
-4
Yeah.
versus Indiana. I, too, am taking Ohio State for my final pick over Indiana. Marcus?
I'm taking Ohio State -4 against Indiana.
Congratulations, Indiana, for being the Big Ten champion, because this is the first time we all three picked the same team. Your final pick in college football, Mark Henry.
I am going to go ahead and take Texas Tech over BYU.
-12.5. Huge number. But Mark believes that Texas Tech has it going on versus BYU. We will see how all this manages to play out. Obviously, the Cowboys and the Detroit Lions tonight in the NFL. Mark Henry took the Cowboys to cover the 3 points on the road. You can listen to Dallas Cowboy football on 98.1 KVET. When we come back, the NBA. Oh, they say it's fantastic. But is it? Because there's a lot of drama. It always brings drama. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
The future is here. Arch Manning.
Arch to the 10. Arch to the 5. Arch to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas.
Hear every throw, every scramble, every touchdown on your home for the Horns.
50, 45, to the 30. Dare I say it? Say goodnight to it. 67 yards. Arch to the house.
Don't miss a single moment of the Manning era on 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
There's a crash on FM 973 and Highway 130, as well as ongoing cleanup for a wreck on the service road of Highway 71 eastbound just after I-35. Looking at the drive on I-35 northbound this morning, about a 25-minute add to your drive through congestion from Highway 45 up to William Cannon Drive. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store, where you can find so many holiday essentials, all for under $25. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
Some teams fade in the fourth quarter, but not Texas fans. When the horns go up, the energy goes up with them. And Bud Light is right there with you, keeping the good vibes flowing all game long. Crisp, cold, and perfect for that last big drive. Bud Light, the official domestic beer of Texas football. Bud Light, it's easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The only thing between you and your best self is the start button. This Cyber Monday, explore the world with Nordic Track. From the peaks of Peru to the streets of Paris, every workout moves you somewhere new with iFit trainers leading the way. The equipment's amazing, smooth, quiet, and those screens make it all feel real. Ready to start your next workout adventure with the #1 treadmill brand in the U.S.? Shop NordicTrack.com for Cyber Monday savings. Nordic Track. Train anywhere, explore everywhere.
As football season continues on and basketball season is taking off, there's no better place to get in on the action than BetOnline, your #1 source for all things sports. BetOnline gives you more ways to play with the latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and in-game action so you never miss a moment. From pro and college football, basketball, cage fighting, and hockey futures, BetOnline has you covered. And don't forget the VIP program with exclusive level-up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. Head to BetOnline today, because at BetOnline, the game starts here.
Research shows that teens who struggle with their mental health are more likely to use drugs and alcohol. An open and honest conversation can reduce their risk. Get tips to get real at cdc.gov/freemind/parents.
Around the holidays, it's hard to find the right gifts. But you know what's tougher? Getting the right gift. I know you can be selfish around the holidays. Everybody wants what they want. And guess what? Verizon's got the perfect solution for both. They have the incredible bundles for you and your family. And you can get the latest phone with the new line on My Plan. And brand new smartwatch and tablet. No trade-in needed. You can get it even on their lowest priced plan. That's 3 amazing gifts that they're offering. You can give a couple away and then gift one to yourself. Or give one away and then gift 2 to you. You could even, well, you know what I mean. No one has to know if you're getting all of them. You decide who gets what. You're basically Santa. And you don't even have to fly all over the world in one night. Go to your local Verizon store and get yourself a bundle. A phone, a tablet, and a smartwatch. It's okay to be selfish. It's a holiday miracle that you don't want to miss out on. Verizon.
Did you miss the Bitcoin wagon? Millions got rich because they got in on a technology you still don't understand. But the crypto gang got greedy, handing control of the Bitcoin network to China. This carelessness gives us a second chance called Texacoin. You're invited on the Texacoin journey. We'll guide you through this new frontier to claim your share of the profits. Don't let your friends get rich without you. Secure your seat as we take Texacoin to the moon and beyond. Learn more at texacoin.org. This is an investment that carries risk. Texacoin.org.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Longhorns football plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300. And always free on the radio app. If you missed any part of the show, make sure you get over to the podcast page. We've got great guests all. Tomorrow we will have a WWE Superstar SmackDown Chelsea in studio tomorrow, and I'm excited about that interview because Mark has told me some things energy-wise that she will bring to the show. So we're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow. She will be joining us tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So set your alarm. She'll be on camera, so you'll get a chance to see her as well. Mark, the NBA, you like talking NBA, so I'm going to give you some time to talk a little bit about the NBA. But last night in the NBA, the Spurs handled their business. And let's just say it wasn't Wemby because he's dealing with the injury, but they saved the game by an unlikely star.
Black to inbound it. Looking. Black goes to the rim. Wagner had time. And Cornette sends it out at the buzzer. And the Spurs escape Orlando with a dub as they mob Cornette.
Cornette with the big block to end the game. But the Spurs now are 15-6, and they beat the Orlando Magic last night, 114-112 in Orlando, as you heard. And they're getting help from so many different people that has been keeping them engaged in these games.
Man, that three-head monster at guard is just too much for a lot of teams. As well, Barnes has been playing out of his mind. I mean, you go from scoring 30 one night to scoring 23 to another night, and it's all of the leadership things that he does. And we talked about this before the season. Everybody, justifiably so, talking about Wemby, but we said the acquisition from the Boston Celtics of getting Cornette was going to pay dividends. He's 7'3". And he's a shot blocker, a rebounder, a guy that actually has skill with both hands, shooting inside 10 feet, of course, but still, nonetheless, he's a quality big man when you have Wemby on the floor, because Wemby can play multiple positions.
Yep.
So last night, Cornette got a chance to step up and show why he is the shot blocker that he is. And he lived up.
Yeah. And Dylan Harper is starting to play a lot more now, too. He had 16 points last night. Keldon Johnson came off the bench as well, brought 13 points. But it's De'Aaron Fox, for me, that has continued to, once he gets back on the court, he's so fast with the basketball.
Yeah.
He's under control. He had a bunch of turnovers last night, but that was just him trying to do too doggone much. But this team is fun to watch. And when they get Wemby back, they're going to get him acclimated back into the lineup, but he's just a playmaker as well. So this is going to be a fun basketball team to watch. One team that is not fun to watch, and that is the LA Clippers. The drama that is surrounding the LA Clippers and Chris Paul, and everybody's got their opinion about all of this. But I want you to hear from Carmelo Anthony. And this is an interesting take because legacy is huge for a lot of people. But to me, Chris Paul has rubbed people the wrong way for quite some time. It started his rookie year when he was there with the Clippers and
No, he was in New Orleans.
He was in New Orleans. But when he got to the Clippers and they started doing what they were doing, the Blake Griffin and what they thought was going to be Lob City and being able to do those things, they never got to the finish line. Let's be honest about it. They would always get close, but they would never finish the deal. Stories have come out that he and Tyronn Lue were not seeing eye to eye. They were saying that
they weren't even speaking.
They said that they were very critical. Chris Paul is very critical of players and very condescending, so to speak. But Carmelo Anthony brought something to the table yesterday from his podcast that I thought we should play. Now, there are bleeps in here, so just follow it.
The CP situation, it's a up situation. Imagine CP right now. He's embarrassed that my own organization that I brought back to relevance is on me. We ain't talking about what I'm doing right now or what have you done for me lately. You with my legacy now. This is the up side of the sport. And I know a lot of people say, well, Chris Paul is older, but you still don't do that. You should treat that with a level of respect because now you playing with somebody's legacy. It ain't about wins and losses right now. I should have enough respect for you and your legacy not to let you go out like this. You got 4 months here. The guy's retiring in April.
So what's his next most logical step career-wise?
Go be with your family, bro. Lock into Chris. It's going to be an ego hit because you ain't going to want to go out like that.
And that's the thing about it. You start thinking about where he is, what he's done, how he's gone about it. And guess what? Clippers won last night in Atlanta, 115-92.
It's a dirty game out here, man. They play so free.
Yeah.
Without the looming
the general in the locker room.
Oh man.
The locker room lawyer. I mean, at some point, you have to understand. And Kenyon Martin, I listened to Kenyon Martin yesterday. Kenyon Martin told Chris that he will put hands on him if he tries to come and try to disrespect him in the middle of a game. He said, I will put hands on you. And he said Vinny Del Negro came over. He was the head coach at the time to try to calm things down. And Kenyon Martin said, this is not about you. This is about him understanding who he is and his role. Let me handle it. Because Chris was trying to be that person that we see him doing all the time.
Right.
He can never do no wrong. And again, I'm a fan of Chris Paul's. Don't get it twisted. But I'm also a realist when it comes to, hey, man, you're not that guy anymore. You're not that guy.
Listen.
Talk to me like a human being, and I will work with you. But if you come in here and you trying to cuss me out on every move that I make, we got issues.
make me seem like I'm stupid and you're smart.
Right.
Which is another thing that one of the guys said, that Chris is always right and everybody else is wrong.
Yep.
And I know I've known people like that.
Right.
And this is the thing, Hard. You know, we all have our moment as the guy on the team. And when you're the guy, you get special privileges, right?
Right.
You get to talk to the coach in a way that everybody else can't talk to the coach.
Right.
If somebody's talking to the official, who is it? It's you. It's the guy. Chris Paul is not that guy anymore.
Yep.
And one of the things that came out was there was a conversation about, load management, and he made the mistake of saying something to Kawhi Leonard. Load management, you are load management. You can't go to the guy and talk that noise because you're already fighting with the coach. And now you have the star player go to the coach and go, hey, it's either me or him, because I've been that guy before. I was the guy that was not the guy, ran off at the mouth, and I ended up in Canada for a year and 6 months.
In a similar situation.
You want to be banished?
I was banished as well. You ain't got to go home.
But you got to get out of here.
And leave your uniform here as well.
So with all that drama.
Man, I kept my uniform, though. Dang, they made you drop your uniform?
Yeah, you got to go to another team. You got to go find somebody else to go play in the sandbox.
All that drama in Los Angeles, and the one guy named that I would have expected here to have issues with Chris Paul, James Harden, I haven't heard a word.
Because James Harden just stay out the way. He's like, I'm a hoop. But here's the thing.
James busy.
And the truth of the matter is, Chris wasn't playing. He wasn't getting the numbers. He wasn't. I mean, he
Why is your mouth overloading your hummingbird rear end?
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Wait, say that again.
His hummingbird mouth was overloading his rear end.
You made fun of me for making up stuff this morning.
No. You got to come. Hey, that's East Texas, baby. That's East Texas. Big Texas. All the people around here that know about Southeast Texas, they know what's up.
I'm like, a hummingbird.
Your hummingbird rear end.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I was learnt something today.
You was learnt.
I was learnt something today. We'll continue these conversations because I'm sure there's going to be more stories that are happening when it comes to Chris Paul and why they let him go like a thief in the night. They let him go in the middle of the night.
Man, that's horrible.
Hey, man, I don't know.
Hey,
if
you remember that
private
retirement thing that we were going to have at the end of the season? Put it out your mind.
On to the next. Coming up next, we got our guy, Mark Henry, bringing you his world's strongest take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Rush hour traffic on I-35 northbound, adding 20 to 25 minutes to your Thursday morning commute, making that transition from Highway 45 over to William Cannon. Looking onto the service road of Highway 71 eastbound for reports of an accident just after I-35 causing some slowdowns. There's also a crash on Houston Street at Lamar Boulevard. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Thomas J. Henry, injury attorneys available 24/7.
What does it mean to work with one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas? At Thomas J. Henry, it means we can put our team of experts to work for you. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. The name you know, the firm you trust. Principal office, San Antonio.
You know, Hardge, starting my day off the right way is a big deal, and that includes taking care of my heart health. That's why I use Super Beat Heart Chews by Human. Human was actually founded right here at the University of Texas. You probably seen their logo on the field. I know, yeah, Human with 2 N's. These chews are clinically shown to promote healthy blood pressure, nearly 2 times more effective than diet and exercise alone. Thanks to their unique grapeseed extract, they taste great, they're easy to take, they become part of my daily routine. Super Beat Heart Chews are also the #1 cardiologist recommended beet brand for heart health support. There's a special offer happening right now, and it even comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Go to human.com/mark and check it out. That's human.com/mark, spell human with 2 N's, and enter the promo code MARK and check out and get an extra 20% off your first order. Take a simple step to support your heart health with Super Beats Heart Chews.
You love your home, but sometimes it feels like it's running your life. Leaky faucets, overgrown hedges, and that room you've been meaning to repaint. Sometimes it's just too much. With AirTasker, finding help is simple. Post your task, set your budget, and let local taskers take care of it. It's like having a personal handyman for all the projects on your to-do list. Download AirTasker or visit us at airtasker.com today and make your home work for you, not the other way around. AirTasker. Get anything done.
Every Olympic dream starts with the first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com.
Raising a family requires lots, and I mean lots, of energy. Quaker's protein products help you to keep things running smoothly. It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your 6th graders soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
The world needs Sesame Street. And right now, Sesame needs you. Donate today at sesame.org/iHeart. That's SESAME.org/iHeart.
Elmo loves you. Thanks for making a difference.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. Rights reserved.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore, and every Viking voyage is all-inclusive with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather. Early morning rain showers becoming cloudy this afternoon. A high of 53 for your Thursday. Cloudy tonight, a low of 43. Friday, cloudy skies, a high of 52. Tomorrow night's low in the upper 40s.
This report is sponsored by AirTasker.
The holidays get hectic fast. That's why I use AirTasker, where you can get anything done, from decorating to gift wrapping. I even got someone to dress up as Santa for my dog's photo shoot. Download the AirTasker app or go to airtasker.com. AirTasker, get anything done.
Your holiday to-do list can be longer than Santa's. Between the shopping, the decorating, kids' concerts, and, oh yeah, keeping the magic alive. iHeartRadio is here to bring the joy to your busy days with commercial-free Christmas stations like iHeart Christmas. Or dozens of playlists so you can pick and match your holiday vibe. Open your free iHeart app and search Holiday to explore stations, playlists, and more.
Wake up with Hardge and Henry in the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
You heard the beat drop, so you know that can only mean one thing. Hall of Famer and the world's strongest man. Mark Henry brings you his world's strongest take. Take it away, big fella.
Hard.
What's happening?
You know what time it is? It's time for the world's strongest take by the world's strongest man. I guess back then they didn't know me, but now I'm high on me. Well, here we are again, guys. Another edition of the world's strongest take. And it's about a organization that we're scoffing at them, and that's the Cleveland Browns. Hard, you know that I have a problem with their ownership, with their head coaching staff. They are considering activating quarterback Deshaun Watson after he returned to practice, now that he is in the 21-day window after his injury of the surgery that he had before the season started, on the same Achilles that he tore that kept him out for the last 2 years, basically. Why would you bring this guy back this late in the season? You know that you already have a young quarterback. You have young quarterbacks that don't need this guy standing over him. Shadir Sanders and Dylan Gabriel, the two young quarterbacks I'm speaking of. Now you bring in Deshaun Watson. They paid him $230 million, guaranteed every dime. And now you bring him back to stand over the shoulders of these young guys. I think that it's my take is this. Stefanski needs to be fired because he is not a guy that is for the players or for the team. He's for his system. He has this undying love for Deshaun Watson, and he's making it clear that I want him back at quarterback. I don't believe that. I don't like it. I think that they're sabotaging Shadir Sanders and Gabriel. Neither one of those guys are really, truly getting a fair shake because he doesn't like rookies. He wants veterans, and he's determined to get that veteran back. My take is this, that they should make a quarterback change and a coaching change at the end of the season. What say you? Offensively, they suck.
Coaching change-wise, I believe that that's going to happen. Quarterback-wise, they're paying Deshaun Watson still a lot of money. So for Deshaun to be the quarterback of this team, I think it is important to understand that if they are going to get rid of him, or if they're going to make a change with the quarterback and the coach, I'm sure that can both happen after the season. But in order for you to get rid of Deshaun Watson, don't you have to see if he can even play?
So you're saying that, go ahead and bring him back and just see what he can do.
I think that's why they got rid of all the other quarterbacks that they had. Remember, we were making fun of them because they had so many quarterbacks in that locker room.
True.
They got rid of Flacco. Obviously,
Rudolph.
No, not Rudolph. God, what's the guy's name? He just left. He's Huntley. Huntley, he's gone. And then you got, man, I'm getting old, dude. I'm forgetting names, man.
Hey, man. It's that gray in your beard that
I gotta start taking ginkgo again. I gotta get this thing going back, man. But in the reality of it all, you start to understand that if we're going to unload that contract, which I don't think anybody's going to be able to do or want to take that, you have to see if the goods are still there. So for him to come back and battle back and be as patient, they want to get as much out of him with that money that they gave him as they possibly can.
So you're saying in the next 2 weeks, you go ahead and sit Shadir.
No, I don't say you
or
sit
Gabriel,
him.
and then you bring him in and give him a shot.
No, I'm saying you can get him in, let him play, put him in some situations, and let him go in there. You saw the last couple of weeks they've had Shador not even at quarterback. They moved him out to wide receiver on the goal line so they could run trick plays or run the direct snap to the running back. So, there's moments, Deshaun, go out there and figure it out. See what he's got. See if he can move around. Because if he goes out there and he moves around and he looks good and you start to look across the NFL and seeing how bad these quarterbacks are, you don't think Aaron Glenn will take a chance to try to figure out what's going to happen in Minnesota, and looking at what they have going on right there? Look, Deshaun Watson did some creepy things, from what he's had to pay off and all this other stuff. But we've seen people do a lot worse that get opportunities to come back into the NFL and play. So if he could go out there and give you 3 wins, 4 wins, it changes your whole way that you look at your team.
And you get another asset that you can deal. More draft picks.
Why not look at it? At least, as they like to say, kick the tires.
Kick the tires.
Kick the tires and see what's going on with it, because you never know what's going to happen in this crazy NFL and the thought process of some owner that thinks that this could be our guy. Perfect example. Look at what's going on in New York with the Jets. What is going on in Miami with Tua Tagovailoa? Your boy, Mike McDaniel. We ain't even had a chance.
My boy?
Well, I'm just saying, you call him Vapor. You call him the Vapor.
Yeah.
So you got to see what's going on.
They won 3.
They might do something crazy.
They won 3 in a row, right?
But Tua look like he's still concussed on a lot of plays.
He look lost sometimes.
He needs to wear that Romeo Dobbs.
Won't do it. He won't do it. They tried to get him.
The Marvin the Martian extended helmet. We need to make sure they do that.
They've tried. They've asked him, and he said no.
Yeah, I don't get it. But I don't want Deshaun going there because then that'll take away from our guy Quinn Ewers getting his opportunities to play. But they brought in Zach Wilson. Okay, why not? Give Deshaun a shot.
Send Deshaun to New York, man. Like, I'd love to see the media interview Deshaun.
The Raiders probably could use him.
They could.
No.
The Raiders could probably.
I didn't even think
Deshaun in Vegas?
Yes.
No, you can't.
You can't have that,
hey,
man.
Yeah.
That's like sending John Morant to New Orleans. he would be in jail in a week. You can't send that dude to Vegas.
There's a lot of privacy in Vegas. There's a lot of privacy.
Well, at least it's legal in Vegas.
Somewhere. Deshaun
has turned. Go and send him to Vegas. That's a good place.
He's turned over a new leaf.
I forgot he got married.
That's right. And
no. The problem is he was turning over leaves already.
See, that's the problem right there. Them one leaves. We're gonna close out the show.
Grass leaves, whatever.
Send you to Dan Patrick. Texas women. We're gonna hear from Rory Harmon about her journey, because they have the SEC ACC Challenge tonight at the Moody. And I'm sure Vic Schaefer wants everybody to show up right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Craig Way knows everybody.
We're visiting with Brad Sham, voice of the Cowboys, and all I'm thinking to myself is, Reggie Jackson, you got to do a better job of asking the question.
I think it was our friend Art Haynes to whom he said that.
Yeah, because that's when he followed about, you can take your microphone and your glasses.
You can take your microphone and your glasses, and then he proceeded to tell Art what he could do with all of those things, all of which were physically impossible, even with exaggerated surgery.
Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook up.
Rush hour traffic on I-35 northbound adding 20 to 25 minutes to your Thursday morning commute, making that transition from Highway 45 over to William Cannon. Looking onto the service road of Highway 71 eastbound for reports of an accident just after I-35 causing some slowdowns. There's also a crash on Houston Street at Lamar Boulevard. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Bet Online.
As football season continues on and basketball season takes off, there's no better place to get in on the action than Bet Online, your #1 source for all things sports. And don't forget the VIP program with exclusive level up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. Head to Bet Online today, because at Bet Online, the game starts here.
Hardball Hardge here. Austin, you like bone-in? Get the Friday lunch special at the Yellow Rose. A voluptuous 16-ounce certified Angus bone-in ribeye at the Yellow Rose for just $20. A steak so good, you'll forget to look up. Fridays at the Yellow Rose ain't just lunch. It's a feast for VIPs. Comes with a side and the best view in Austin. Get a $20 steak ribeye Fridays from noon to 9 at the Yellow Rose Cabaret. And get your weekend football action with watch parties there, too.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. Divorce affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you are facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
Introducing True Earnings Checking from Austin Telco Federal Credit Union. Earnings that are almost too good to be true. Earn 5% APY on balances up to $15,000. It's simple. Just deposit at least $1,500 in new money and make 15 debit card transactions each month. No minimum balance, no monthly fees. Even if you miss the requirements. Open your account online or at any of our 24 Austin area locations. Visit atfcu.org to learn more. Rates subject to change without notice. Federally insured by NCUA.
No more waiting. Your goals start now. This Cyber Monday, take your workouts around the world with Nordic Track and iFit. Save big on treadmills, bikes, and rowers at NordicTrack.com. Nordic Track. Train anywhere. Explore everywhere. The world's best male ski racers are racing in the United States in December. The Stiefel Birds of Prey hits Beaver Creek, Colorado, December 4th through 7th. Watch Olympic champions, World Cup winners, and your favorite Stiefel U.S. ski team athletes tackle one of the toughest courses on the planet. Racing for glory and the chance to secure their place in the 2026 Olympics. Don't miss the NBC and CNBC coverage, December 7th and 8th.
Get your mother-loving ears on, because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
This is what they call the hard sell. Sunday Yard Care Black Friday sale. Limited time. Act now.
Yelling about grass feels strange. Let's try that again. Sunday Yard plans give you a thick, healthy yard without pesticides or weekend projects. We analyze your soil and climate, send a simple plan, and you spray it on. No drama.
But wait, there's more.
No, there isn't. For Black Friday, your Sunday plan is 30% off. Lock in your spring subscription today. Sunday, smarter lawn care for less. GetSunday.com.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. Nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The holiday hustle is real. The traffic, the crowds, the never-ending to-do list.
And nowhere to park. Perfect.
That's why drivers use ParkWiz. They already save up to 50% when they book ahead. This holiday season, use promo code JINGLE10 in the ParkWiz app for an extra 10% off your next reservation. Because during the holidays, every minute and every dollar counts. ParkWiz. Less circling, more celebrating. Download the ParkWiz app and use code JINGLE10 to save an extra 10% today. Offer valid through December 31st. App reservations only. Limit 1 per user.
Honey, look. 4 calling birds.
Did they have
Cell phones?
Well, yeah. They're called calling birds because they have 4 lines of Cricket 5G.
How do they pay?
Oh, easy. Each line is only $25 a month.
Who are they calling?
Beats me. One sec, gotta take this.
Join Cricket Nation and get 4 lines for $25 per month each. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. New lines only. All lines must be selected. Unlimited plan fees. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device. It is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart. Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. The Longhorns live here.
What another great show we had right here on Kickoff on Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app. Speaking of that iHeart Radio app, make sure you get over there if you miss any parts of the show. If you want to go back and listen to some past shows, do that as well as we continue to bring the heat. We had a lot of conversation about signing day. Texas signed 23 recruits on National Signing Day. 22 of those recruits will be here next month, which is an exciting time for all of those kids. You also want to make sure that you tune in this afternoon to the Fred Way Show right here on Sports Radio AM 1300. So the voice of Texas Longhorns Fred Way, as he breaks it all down all day long. UT women will be part of the SEC ACC Challenge as UT will take on North Carolina. And I want to go back to a conversation that we had with Rory Harmon and the question that was asked of her about her career, about her legacy, who she is, and the expectations here on the 40 Acres.
Honestly, I felt like I grew up pretty fast, starting off when I was a freshman. Started as a freshman. I played a lot of minutes as a freshman. He put a lot of, accountability and responsibility on me for a team. And I had just got out of high school. And so I think, like I always say, like he put me into the fire, which is not like a bad thing. But, for someone to be able to grow, you have to go through growing pains to grow. And that's exactly what I went through my freshman year. And so like years, obviously on top of the years, you go through such a life, it sounds dramatic, but it's a life-changing injury that then at that point, now you're like, I'm not playing basketball. Now I have to figure out who I am outside of basketball. Now I have to still be there for my team, still be the leader that they need me to be while in basketball. So I feel like, unfortunately, we all adversity comes, but I think that's what truly has helped me grow. Being uncomfortable, making mistakes, doing things that you honestly hate going through are the things that are going to help you the most, honestly. So I think, I look back and I think back to how I was when I was 18. I thought I was I'm pretty smart. I feel pretty mature. No, I was not. I was not, because looking at myself now, I just feel like a completely different person with everything that I've been through here. So
unbelievable to listen to her talk and grow and become that type of player. I mean, she set the record. She's got 1,200 points, 700 assists, and now she's going for the steals record, where her name will be etched in history moving forward.
It's amazing how we think we know so much at 18 until we get 25. And then we go, wow.
Yeah. And she's learning that. I mean, she's learning that about herself. She's learned that about who she is and how she continues to maneuver. So it's outstanding to hear her talking about all things that concern her when it comes to what Vic Schaefer meant to her by giving her that opportunity the day that she stepped on campus. I mean, she was a starter from the very beginning. So impressive run. And they get a challenge. North Carolina, one of the top teams in the country, another top team out of the ACC, and they're going to have a challenge tonight. So I expect a big-time performance by, obviously, Madison Booker, but, of course, the entire thing with what Rory Harmon has been able to do.
Yeah, I think they're going to step up and do really well, but they do have a historically good team coming in here, and they will not disappoint. They'll come here and play hard to the end.
No doubt, no doubt. Also tonight we have the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. You can listen to that game on 98.1 KVET. The Cowboys taking on the Lions. Cowboys 6-5-1. The Lions 7-5. This is a big time matchup for both of these teams, especially when you start to look at the playoff implications that are there. Teams that are just sitting on the edge. Detroit is just on the outside looking in at 7-5. They're in the 8th position right now, and the Cowboys are right behind them in the 9th position. So this is a big matchup for both of these teams.
It's a lot in the works right now. The Cowboys win this game, they put themselves in a good spot to have a chance at winning the East, because the rest of the teams that they play are right at 500 or below.
Right. This is a big opportunity for the Cowboys. As we said earlier, Cowboys need this win more than anything, but their focus now can be on the NFC East. The Eagles are struggling a little bit. Washington is not really Washington because they don't have
Deshaun Watson, almost
Jaden Daniels. And New York Giants, they've already been eliminated from playoff contention. Now they're trying to figure out if they're going to have the number 1 pick. Philadelphia has lost 2 in a row. Dallas has won 3 in a row. Washington has lost 7 in a row along with the Giants. And then you also got that big matchup between Chicago and Green Bay. That has implications as well. So we'll see what moves forward. But again, tonight you get a chance to listen to the Texas women. If you're not going to be able to go to the game, you get a chance to listen to them on AM 1300 The Zone. And I believe on 103.1 FM, the Dallas Cowboys will be on 98.1 KVET. So we got you covered. And if you can't find it, always get over to that free iHeartRadio app as you can get turned up. For Mark Henry, for Marcus, I'm Hardball Hardge. Again, make sure you tune in to the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Craig Way. He'll recap last night's basketball game as Texas falls to Virginia, but he'll also preview tonight's basketball game as he talks Texas versus UNC. Make sure you tune in tomorrow's special guest, Chelsea Green of SmackDown. SmackDown will be in town. Make sure you check it out. She'll join us at 8 a.m. And just remember this, folks. Don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
Keeping score of your finances but missed the Bitcoin wagon? There's a second chance called Texitcoin. Score big at texitcoin.org.
The Texas Longhorns close out the 2025 regular season with an emphatic win over undefeated Texas A&M, winning 27-17 over the third-ranked Aggies on senior night. Head coach Steve Sarkisian was vehement when asked in the postgame whether or not Texas is deserving of a college football playoff spot.
I think we're absolutely a playoff team. We're the first team since the 2019 national champion LSU team to beat 3 top 10 ranked teams in the same season during the regular season. We've played the number 1, the number 3, and number 4 ranked teams in the country. So I have no doubt in my